Hello?
Okay.
Yes, I'm ready. Yes, that was quick. Do you want to just fire a quick question, or just want me to just talk?
Just talk. That's fine, mate. Just talk.
Okay, just tell me when.
Now, go ahead.
Yes, well, I'm very interested to have heard all the information or the story that's come out in the mainstream media regarding Alex Salmond today. Now, obviously, I can't possibly comment about the allegations made against him. From my own experience, I've absolutely nothing that has ever cropped up has ever suggested he personally has been involved in any sexual misconduct. I must make that absolutely clear. What we do know, however, is that he did break the law in covering up the Hollie Greig case by, in respect of being found by the Information Commissioner to have breached 10.1 and 21.1 of the Freedom of Information Scotland Act on the 26th of May 2011. So we do know that. We also have documents to show that Mr. Salmond's office attempted to deceive his own then constituency secretary Neil Bailey in a letter that we have dated 14th of February 2014. So we do have that information that he has been involved certainly in covering up sexual abuse. Now, the key elements here, of course, is also the fact that he also, I must make the statement that when I was first arrested and charged in 2010, I did talk to my legal team, and I was a little puzzled, without my knowledge very much at that time of Scottish politics, as why a sort of rabidly nationalistic leader like Alex Salmond would actually select a unionist, in this case Elisha Angelini, to hold the key role of Lord Advocate in his government. I couldn't work that out. And I was told, and I'm quite happy to repeat this now, by one of my advisors, that Angelini has all the dirt on Salmond. Salmond will back her up to the hilt. That is what I was told. That was over 8 years ago, and obviously I think the point has been proven ever since that so whatever the situation, whether there is any dirt on Salmond, as it was using the terms that they used, I do not know, but certainly Salmond has gone to enormous lengths to protect the unionist Elisha Angelini. So we have a very interesting situation there. And obviously, I look forward to further information as it comes. So there we go. I think we'll just keep it fairly brief at the moment because things are happening all the time. What I would say is that it seems that civil action is being taken by Mr. Salmond against the Scottish Government, and I think it's important that people should know that whatever one may think about this, Mr. Salmond is entitled to use UK taxpayers' money for his civil defence. You may think, why should he? But in fact, it is the policy of the Scottish Government to do so, because Elisha Angelini took civil action against me as a result of an Audit Scotland investigation. We discovered that she'd been granted the money by the permanent secretary who preceded Leslie Evans, Sir Peter Housden, and since that time we've been trying to get the documents that would show us how Elisha Angelini managed to persuade Sir Peter to grant her the public UK taxpayers' money, but Leslie Evans is not responding to that. Just apparently, she's not responding, according to Salmond, to his complaint. So obviously, perhaps we're on the same side on that particular issue. So a lot of interesting things going on at the moment. But Angelini was granted, when I challenged the matter, Angelini was granted the money to take civil action against me on the grounds that I made the allegations against her when she was a minister. And she stated that she was innocent. Obviously, we now have documents from the Crime Directorate and the Scottish Government itself to indicate quite clearly that Elisha Angelini was involved in the Hollie Greig case, and what she was saying was entirely untrue. But Mr. Salmond's in the same situation at the moment. He claims to be innocent, just as Elisha Angelini did, and subsequently he should be allowed UK taxpayers' money for his civil defence, no matter how much it costs. As far as the Scottish Government is concerned, if they have to be consistent, Mr. Salmond is entitled to that, whether you like him or not, whether you agree with it or not. He is entitled to it under the present system.
I meant to say as well, do you think that Angelina at one point was trying to pursue you for the fees that she'd already been paid by the
I
Scottish
have
Government?
absolutely no idea of that. It would be very interesting to know whether now it has been established that she wasn't telling the truth, whatever costs she's been, obviously there have been costs in pursuing me, it'd be very interesting to see whether they've asked for those costs back.
But am I correct in saying that she at one point trying to pursue you through sheriff's officers or to get back fees that she'd already been paid by the Scottish Government?
Well, this is a moot point. We really don't know. This is obviously it's very difficult to get to the truth when you're trying to find out how public money has been used or misused by the regime. And I think this situation with Salmond coming up now, we may find out more things about what has been going on in the background with public money.
But I think I'm correct in saying that at one point she tried to get sheriff's officers to get money off you for legal fees, whether they had been paid or not by the Scottish Government.
Well, that is quite so. Maybe the fees that she wanted were fees that, you know, it may well be true, but I can't be sure of that. She was claiming initially fees of about £32,000. Although I must say she did. I do know, because this was quite widely reported, when she resigned from office as Lord Advocate. For some reason, she was paid £28,000 of public money, and that was authorised apparently by Mr. Salmond. So we're not quite sure. Nobody's quite sure why a highly paid person who resigns suddenly is paid another £28,000 for resigning, which seems a very odd thing, and perhaps wouldn't really apply to most of us who do ordinary jobs.
If I remember correctly, though, the people who, when you spoke to the sheriff's officers, indicated that the order to pursue you had came from the Scottish office. You asked the Scottish office who had actually initialised that pursuit, and they wouldn't answer you.
That is correct. That is correct. I spoke to the Crown Office. I addressed my attention to James Wolfe, the current Lord Advocate, to find out who authorised the payment, who is responsible for ordering the attack on me, and how is it being funded? Who is responsible? And I was told by the Scottish Government's legal department that in fact the order had come from the Crown Office, and I asked who in fact gave the order. The answer was refused. I then contacted James Wolfe to ask who had given the order. I'd been told specifically by the legal department that the Crown Office had given the order for Elise Langelini to attack me. I wanted to know who gave the order. We still don't know.
Am I correct in so that means that the Scottish Office had put sheriff's officers on you to pursue you for fees that Angelini was pursuing for herself? That's correct.
That's correct. Obviously, she should had those fees to her. That would have been for her own private financial gain.
So
the public, the taxpayer, would have paid her fees for a legal action, and which, had I paid the money, but obviously I exposed her once I was challenged about what she'd been up to. Had I been paid, that would have gone straight into to Angelini's private account. So there we are. So you can make what you think of that, or whether that is a legitimate situation and whether that is acceptable, especially from someone who held a position of trust of being the Lord Advocate of Scotland, one of the most senior people in the justice system. Is that consistent with a person having sufficient integrity to behave in that way? That's the question I would ask, and that's the question that I hope the people of Scotland will ask and consider.
Thank you for that, Robert. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.